freezing cold outside. Perfect conditions for the test. It's winter again. Last video with this motor. I have one more thing. If you don't like my videos, just let me know in the comments what exactly you don't like, or just make a better video. Thank you. So in my last videos, one of the problems was the extra flywheel I put on, because I was thinking the mass of the flywheel isn't big enough, so that's why the engine couldn't spin when heating it up. So I put an extra flywheel on. This thing is from an old bicycle training machine. And this caused the whole engine to wobble and shake so much that that was a lot of trouble. So I thought I put an extra bearing on the end of the shaft and fix it to the base frame, so I could get rid of the wobbling. Yeah, and that's what I did here. I couldn't get rid of the wobble totally because the engine, of course, has some compression, and every time the motor is compressing the air, this has some heavy force on the chain, or heavy, I don't know the English word. Yeah, this is pulling on the chain very much, and because the base frame here is made of wood, this thing is pulling on the chain, and yeah, this is causing still some wobbling, or still some unbalance, but it's much better than before. So yeah, that was worth it. I know all this isn't very professional, or looks quite cheap, but I have other things to do, and the goal wasn't to make it perfect. I just wanted to make it run and make it as cheap and fast as possible. I also had to put on the extra chain tensioner I had laying around here. Yeah, here I'm I'm trying to put the sprocket parallel to the electric motor. Then I'm fixing this to the base frame, or to the wooden frame. Yeah. Most of the parts I had laying around, except the 23mm bearings. I had to order them from Amazon. The sprocket, which is on the flywheel, has a freewheel inside, so in one direction it is transferring the power, and in the other direction it's spinning freely. So if I want to start the engine with the electric motor, it will start, and if ever the Stirling engine starts or is deciding to run by itself, I can switch off the electric motor, and this should the freewheel should kick in and spin this whole thing freely. I was really trying not to spend too much time on this project because of my other projects, but this thing isn't running and I couldn't sleep very well, so I spent 1 or 2 hours again trying to fix it. Yeah, and that's the result here. Too many flaws were made in the beginning while constructing this thing maybe 20 years ago, or I don't know. I was probably 19, 20, somewhere in university. We learned about these diagram, Carnot diagram, I think it was, too long ago, with pressure and temperature, and I couldn't believe that you can make an engine run just with heat, without explosion. So I got curious and tried to build one myself. But unfortunately, I made too many mistakes. I'm gonna need the can for some heat shield here to protect the cold side from the heat. Okay, next try. We have the heat shield now, or the gas chamber, where the flame concentrates inside this chamber here. I hope this will get the hot side hotter. I have this heat shield here. I have a little fan. I installed the cooling fins here, or the cylinder head, which helps to cool, I hope, the heat shield. I installed the counter bearing, so this thing doesn't wobble around so much anymore. It's not perfect, it's still wobbling, but it's working. This thing is working, the engine. Wait. Put it on 25%. What is not working is these things here. I was trying to measure the power the engine needs to make this thing run, and then compare with the power it needs when it's hot. But this is not working. I wired this thing up according to the diagram, but I melted the wire, and yeah, it's not working. Not this one, and also not this one. And if you want to measure it with a multimeter, or you need something like a clamp you put over the cable which has the power, you put over, and then you can measure the amps. But I don't have such a device. I bought this for cheap here, but this isn't working. Maybe I made a mistake. Anyway, let's try. Let's make another try. Oh, the fan is blowing this off. Yes. Looks like there is not enough oxygen inside, so we might have to drill some holes here. Maybe one more here. Maybe one more here. Okay. I don't know if it's a good idea. Probably not. Maybe with this one. I will make it wet. Okay, this wasn't working very well. Nevertheless, I will try to make a heat protection also here, so double heat protection. This area here got very hot. Okay, the nuts on top, they are glowing red already, so I think the temperature is hot enough. It's hot enough, I think. Let's try to speed up maximum and then stop. Stop. Okay, next try we will put it on 50% again. 50. Running pretty slow. Let's check if it's running faster later on. It's still wobbling a little bit, but got much better. Maybe 3 millimeters. Anyway. It's winter again. I made some improvements and this is the last try. Minus 3.8 degrees Celsius. I want to make it run 50%. 50% power. Let's try to make it faster. Outside 30 degrees. I burned the wood. I burned the wood. 30 degrees, 40 degrees. Cooking hot. Yeah, the hot side was around 600, cold side. It shows 20 degrees. The sensor is in here. And outside temperature 1.2, but I think it's below 0 right now. Maybe some heat. I know in principle something is working up on here. Just the friction is too high in this motor due to, yes. Speaking about flaws, so this chain tensioner, the axis got loose, that's why the chain jumped off, I think. Anyway. I think it's not worth spending more time. It feels like I have to build a whole universe around this engine just to make up for the flaws it has, or just to correct the things I made wrong. And I have other things to do here. I have to build a staircase. I'm trying to build this one and replace this one. Yeah, also I'm in the middle of something here. So I will show you my $1 million idea. I thought the piston and the cylinder, let's say this is the cylinder inside and this is the piston going up and down, has a pretty small surface, and also here this one, and plus the outer walls. And I was thinking, and if we heat here, that's a fire. So if we heat here, we just have these small surface. But if we could increase the surface, the efficiency would go much higher. And so I thought I just build a piston like this with some cooling fins like this. So it would have these fins on top. They go up. And the same, the cylinder top, it would also have these, if this is the top, it would have these fins which go directly into the fins of the piston. So like this. So, and I was thinking I could increase the surface by maybe 10 times the surface, and I think to this day I think this would increase the efficiency of the Stirling engine. Anyhow, that was my idea, and now it's free. It's a gift. You're welcome. So you can use it, but probably already 50 years ago somebody came up with this idea, but if not, now it's my gift to the world. Yeah, so that was one idea. I had one more, but I cannot talk about this. Yeah, and that's why I built the engine. First I wanted to try it without my invention. I wanted to measure the power it makes. Unfortunately it made no power. And then I wanted to modify the piston and cylinder with the increased surface area and measure again. That was the idea. But yeah, that's life, huh? Yeah, that was the last video with this motor. Not gonna work. Too many flaws in the design.